Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Going to look at the Fujica Z800, and what I've done is I went ahead and started a little bit ahead to save some time here. You can remove the plate here, and you can, if you want to know how to do that, perform that simple task, check one of my other videos on this particular camera or any other single 8 cameras of the Fujica. They're pretty much the same. Here there is a part. It goes right here. Here is for the rewind crank. Okay, I will show you here as I turn it around just a bit. Rewind crank here. That, of course, those of you who don't know, you flip this out and you can twirl it around just like that. Okay, to back your film up, that type of deal. Alright, so I'm going to put this down, open the film compartment. There is upon dismantling, there is a screw, well, a spring rather. Let me just zoom in here for you. Right in here for that rewind crank is a long spring. Have it somewhere here on my table, but anyway, the spring goes right in there, and this part goes right in here. Okay, so you have to kind of watch when you put it back together. It's got a little slot in there upon reassembly. Alright, goes right over the top of the spring. In other words, this part right here goes right up in the side of here. Get an angle to show you. Just like that. So it all fits back down inside of here like so. You can choose how you want to put it in and take it together. You may want to take it out on the other side, that type of thing. Okay, that is entirely up to you. Alright, to dismantle this part right here, this with a take-up spindle, with the supply spindle, what you do is you have 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. You simply remove those. Okay, of course, and these screws are just as so. Right, so after you do that, just lift that straight out. And before you touch any of these electronics, it would be best to rub your hands across this metal chassis. And again, as I always say, any attempt you make to repair or service your camera and or mistakes you make to your person and or your camera, and any attempts to service your camera are all on you. It's best to always take your camera to a service technician for repair. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, what I want to do is I want to look at the viewfinder here. Okay, because this is a spare that I have of this model, and my viewfinder is a bit scratchy or hazy, whichever one, I can't tell. So I want to check it out and see what's going on. Looks like some old balsam glue. That's what it looks like to me right here. So I want to check and see what's going on here. Right, so we can get some better shot of angle. And here's one of the functionality. Okay, gear there, of course. All right, this one here, if I pull this back, and you can see this up here move here up and down inside the viewfinder. I'll do that again. Check it out. So if anyone that may help out with that action, that performance right there, there you are. Alright, so I'm just trying to figure out where do I want to start with this. It looks like I'm going to start here. Okay. Because here's that screw, by the way. That's for the diopter. Probably pull that out. Alright, so I've unscrewed that. Got it right there. I'm going to put those together up top. Alright, so next I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here. Okay. So let me get this thing out of the way. It's aggravating. What do I want to do? That is the issue. Alright, looks like there's going to be a bit of work in order to flathead get into the viewfinder. So I would make a decision if I wanted to go deep into here or not, or leave the viewfinder the way it is. But at least this way, with a spare camera, when you have one, you can make that choice. Alright, the screw is out. Very, very tiny. This screw right here is basically just like the one that goes into a Bolex H16 diopter. Bolex Rex 4. Okay? That's essentially what that is. All right. Check right here, see if my eyes are deceiving me or not. All right. Pressing down as it is fairly tight. It seems that I have movement. Yep, there it is. See how tiny that is? Basically just like the ones that go in the Rex 4 Bolex viewfinder, I mean the diopter. Okay, so that's in there. So that rotates very well. At least it does with that tool. All right. Let me take a look. Okay, so upon rotating this viewfinder ever so gently, I've come across another screw at the end of my pencil eraser. Lock it in there. And we have movement. It's always good. Again, there is the screw. Next, I'm grasping this part and this part of the viewfinder here and turning it. Part with my fingers, I'm turning it straight down. All right, to unscrew it. Get back with this finished practice later. Alright, so finally I made leadway here with this part. Viewfinder diameter. Just going to separate it just like that. I want you to see it. So I just, this part here, I just pushed forward, separated it. Okay, see how that goes? And now I'm going to push this part on through. Lift up the camera compartment door, the film compartment door, and push this through. Just like that. Turn it around. As you can see here, it will come out this side. And there we go. Alright. So, to mark your place, you can see where this rough part of the screw hole is, right? Put that up there on the table. Cover those micro mini screws. And just to show you, there is no glass element in here. Right? Okay, so we're left with this. Which way we're going to go with it. Okay, so here I'm going to unscrew it downward. Okay, pull that out just like that. Okay, and there you go. There is lubricant or a balm here, basically. That's what it is. Okay, there we are. The front of it. inside all the way around. Okay. Now back to down here, what's on the table. Next. Now I would say with my camera, what I would do first is I would get in here and I would start with cleaning this right here. Okay, with some soap and water. That's what I would do. Alright? I would not use alcohol or anything like that, as that could remove any type of coating, anything like that is on there. So I'd get inside of here with some soap and water as well, which would not be surprising, it'd be dirty. Alright? That's what I would do. It's just a process of elimination. Okay? What you can do is just take some glass cleaner, hydrogen peroxide, you know, the rubbing alcohol, if you will, at 99.9%, because anything less than 87 is only water, as I've said many times before. Okay? And what you can start doing is going around in this area here at the end of my pencil eraser. Just cleaning it out here, down inside there, at the lens, here, you know, that type of a thing. Turn it around this way. Okay. Stick it down in there. Clean there. This is if you want a quick fix, if it's going to work. Okay. That's what you can do. Alright. You can also access that area here. It's the same thing. Just take it and get that glass element down in there. Okay? At this point, you can start cleaning the glass elements as well, such as the diameter. You see all the garbage here. This is on this spare unit that I have. Just take your eye cup. This one needs to be changed anyway. You see how bad off it is. Alright. Use your Q-tip with soap and water. Get in here and clean that out. But more importantly, you're going to need what's known as a lens spanner. Okay, so you have, for those of you who don't know, you have flat ends and you also have pointed ends. So depending on what type of lens it is and the openings for the spanner, that's how you get into the glass element housing. Such as here, I'll show you, if you look really close, focus, Paul, you can see here and here at the end of my pencil eraser, barely, as small as it is, the housing opening. So you just, of course, fit these in here, just like so. It holds on, and then you start turning. Okay, is what you do. And I will keep turning this until it just falls out. Make sure you remember the orientation of which everything is going to come out. You may just want to turn it up like this. Okay? Be mindful of not dropping it. Okay? The lens spanner side should be face up. That should help you out. So when you go to put it back in, you can remove it easily. Because once it's in there, it's in there. Okay? Now you can know how to clean this side and the reverse side. Okay? You want to get all this done is what you want to do. Alright? Now I still have more deep inside of here. Remember how they come out. Okay? So let's see what I've got. So I tapped on the table, it started removing. There I go. Got you in the frame there, and here it comes. Okay, so I'm putting this down. There's another glass element in here, and it's moving around. Okay, so this convex side, as you can see, is facing down inside of the diopter. Okay, that's how that's working. All right. So what I've got to do is I've got to clean this off. This side and the other side. Okay, now if you by chance get in here and any vintage camera that you're working on and the lens glass elements separate or they break, then you have some lens separation. Okay, now there is a housing on this, and it's aluminum. Okay, so you need to see if you have any rust or corrosion elements going on here. All right, so that will need to be cleaned. All right, so inside of here is yet another issue. Okay, going to turn this up, place it on my table with my fingers under it, just like that. And take my pencil, which is one of many reasons why I use a pencil. Push down ever so firmly but lightly. And there we go. Alright, as far as glass elements are concerned, no more. In there, but take a close look. Get the camera back on you. And there you are. This is what's happened. Okay, here there is a ring. Here there's a ring. There it is right there. And it was on the bottom. Okay, holding on to this element here. Now I'm usually going to use my latex gloves or white and cotton gloves. It would be latex gloves in this case, but I'm just going to show you here. It's the convex side that is facing this way. Okay, so I want to get you to see that. Flat here, convex. And that's how everything came out. Okay? So it's going to have to be fit back in there. Just like so. Meaning this is essentially how everything came out. Slide that over. Focus with that on top. Okay? So of course here you can see how everything's so dirty. Now if you get down in here and everything like that, you clean these type of pieces, hopefully this will work out. That's all you can hope for. Because this stuff hasn't been cleaned in decades. Probably since the time of manufacturing. Issues that you may have, well, there are still some. That unless you dismantle the entire body of the camera, the covering rather, from the body, here's an issue you could have. And I'll show you. And that would be getting down inside further of this viewfinder. The only reason I haven't done it so far, just to show you, is because of this as I flip the camera over. Here, it's being held on by a screw right here. And it just won't budge. A lot of rust right there. A lot of rust. And I just can't get it to move. I don't want to strip it or anything like that, so I got to get in there and see what's going on. That's the problem. Okay? But of course, as well, I want to check my lens. I would be dismantling this, the glass elements with it. Okay? Front and back, and cleaning them. I would do all that to make sure that I'm getting everything that I can. Alright? So there we have it for the single 8 Fujica Z800 repair, okay, of the glass elements, the cleaning essentially. So if you've got some type of issues with the glass elements in your Fujica Z800, that's what you want to go to do as much of a quick fix. It may not seem like it is, but that's what you got to go with. Otherwise, the rest of the body has to be, the covering on the body has to be dismantled, okay? And you're getting deeper and deeper to a lot of issues like that. And when you get to that, yet again, it's best to send it to a technician who knows what's going on with a lens and that type of a thing, okay? Due to reassembly. All right? Do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, later.